Right now, we are remembering a Clay County sergeant who died in the line of duty and his death being treated as COVID-19 related. Law enforcement holding a procession for him this morning as his body was moved to a funeral home in Riverside. On your side's Troy Kless now live with those details. I saw the beginning of this procession. It was absolutely massive beginning at Baptist South. Hey, Troy.
Yeah, thank you, Lou. Obviously a very emotional day for the Clay County Sheriff's Office. Anytime that an officer dies in the line of duty is obviously very difficult to cope with, but even more so is now, again, falling due to COVID-19. So, again, Sergeant Eric Twisdale, a 22-year veteran of the Clay County Sheriff's Office, was taken here to Hardage Giddens Funeral Home here in Riverside right behind me. And as funeral processions and details are still in the works at the moment, many people are remembering him as one of the best to have ever worked in the department. So again, got a police escort all the way from Baptist Hospital South of Old St. Augustine Road up I-95 here to Riverside to the funeral home behind me. And again, that journey included an escort from his brothers and sisters of the Clay County Sheriff's Office and also from Clay County Fire Rescue, as well as the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, who were here to show their support to their neighboring county as well. Now, according to the Sheriff's Office Facebook post from yesterday, Sergeant Twisdale earned a reputation for being courageous and having a huge heart. He was awarded the agency's Life-Saving Award in 2014 for saving an individual from drowning. And in 2015, the next year, that sergeant also won the department's Medal of Valor. And again, that was for, again, the apprehension of 2 murder suspects. He was serving as a supervisor of the crime scene unit at the time of his passing. Now, earlier today, I spoke with former Sheriff Rick Beasler over the phone for Clay County, and he again said that he could not say enough good things about Sergeant Twisdale. And again, he was the one that gave him that Medal of Valor back then only 5 years ago. So again, we're going to continue covering this very emotional story. We're going to hear a little bit more from the former sheriff tonight, starting on First Coast News at 5. We're live in Riverside. Troy Kless, First Coast News, on your side.